Hi, this is Lada from astrolada.com, and I'm here with your weekly horoscope for the last week of November 2018 and the first 2 days of December 2018. And I decided to take a time off from my holiday so I can shoot this video because this week is important, guys. There are some very important conjunctions that are happening, which conjunctions always trigger activities and trigger significant developments when they're happening. So I took some time off just to share with you so you're prepared, so you know, so you can take advantage of this time. So I'm excited about this week. I'll tell you why. You probably know that what is called the luckiest day of the year is happening, but we're going to delve a little bit deeper into it, Jupiter conjunct Sun, and we have a few other things to look at. But just I want to let you know that the 2019 calendar is ready to order now. You receive it immediately within 2 hours. It's 105 pages of transits for the whole year, when planets are visible, invisible, of the most important astrological events, eclipses, and with description of what all of those mean. And I'll show you, we'll be working with the November one for 2018, last year's one, to take a look how it looks. But also, I have ready for you to get in collaboration with my teacher Tsvetemira Borisova written 2019 horoscopes. Each one is 50 slides for each sign, and it's only $6.99 till the 15th of December. It's going to be after that a bit higher. It's a work of love. She's been doing it. We've been doing it together since September this year, and it's month by month. It's month by month with no astrological language. It's just very practical, down to earth. Uh, this is good for business. This is for these people born on this sign, on this day, but each sign is separate. So very specific, very no nonsense, and practical as Astrolada likes it. And of course, the video 2019 horoscopes are also available. Just reminding you, if you haven't seen them, each video is about an hour and a half, with a lot of in-depth information, but it's more general for the whole year, direction for the whole year, and some month by month as well, guidelines. But the written ones are very simple and easy to understand. All right, so let's start with this week. Let me share my screen. Oh, I don't have a screen share here. I can't even show you this. I wanted to show you the calendar of 2018, but I'm in a hotel and I don't have the conditions now to use my software. Okay. So I wanted to show you what's happening this week. Already on Monday, we're going to have Jupiter and Sun conjunction. The same day, we're going to have Mercury square Mars. The next day we have Jupiter conjunct Mercury. Sorry, Sun conjunct, yes, Jupiter conjunct Mercury, Sun conjunct Mercury, Mars sextile Saturn. So the start of the week, so many important transits, guys. But the most important that I want to talk about is the Jupiter conjunct the Sun. This one happens once a year. Each year is in a different sign. They call it the luckiest or happiest day in the year. Emotionally, actually, you can feel like that because when Jupiter is the planet of expansion, of joy, of happiness. The Sun is our conscious mind. So a lot of us, and what we call our soul or spirit, the inner aliveness in us. So Jupiter is going to expand that. So the start of the week and even the end of the previous week, and the first 2-3 weeks, 2-3 days of this week, you might feel more jovial, more positive, more optimistic than normal. But why is it such important day? Because this is considered the new moon phase of Jupiter. Just like the moon becomes invisible every month for a couple of days, the same way Jupiter joins with the Sun, the moon becomes invisible because it joins with the Sun, and you know that on new moons, it's time when we get new ideas and something is refreshed. And something is like a restart button. So Jupiter has its new moon phase once a year, and it's the first time in 12 years that it's in Sagittarius, its new moon phase, and it's exactly on Monday. You can feel it 2-3 days before, 2-3 days after, and it means that Jupiter is on a council with the king, the Sun. It's invisible. We can't see it. It's hidden in the private chambers of the king. They're doing what they're doing there. And what it means that now the outer manifestation of Jupiter might be hard to come by, which is material growth and wealth. But the inner manifestations, the hidden one, the non-visible ones, will be very abundant. And the sun purifies Jupiter when Jupiter joins it. And Jupiter, of course, rules our hope for the future, our ideals, and our inspirations for the future, what gives us meaning. And being in the sign of Sagittarius, that this conjunction is happening, guys, there is a major reset and recharging of our faith bucket or whatever. It's like everyone has a resources of faith and meaning and belief in their life. Now, this is the time when a new pattern of faith is being imprinted in everyone's heart, in everyone's auric field, that is going to give results for the whole year ahead. And it's maybe not immediately those opportunities will come like visible, but you might get an idea. Jupiter rules good advice, good counsel that comes to you because you've deserved, because of God's grace. I don't know if we're ever deserving of anything, to be honest, but God's grace is Jupiter, the blessings of God. And when it joins the sun, the king, which is God, the sun, says, okay, now I'm giving a new dispensation of faith, a new faith wave for humanity. And on a personal level, for every person, there will be, I'm going to counsel you. The sun is saying to Jupiter, I'm going to counsel you. Now you're going to have a new program with each person on a personal level in their life, a new program of inspiration, of opportunities, of abundance, of increase that you're going to be implementing over the next 1 year. But now they are preparing the business plan, they're doing their meeting, and you just might get inklings in those few days, the beginning of the week or before that, of what those new inspirations are in your life, what those new goals are, what is it that it's going to give you meaning and purpose to wake up in the morning and to feel, yeah. And I've been noticing this around me here. I'm with my family and my father-in-law. And this happening in his second house, and he's discovered the keto diet, and he's so excited, and like, life has a new meaning for me. The second house is food. Of course, life has a new meaning for me, new purpose, the keto, I feel so great. So everyone will find something now that they'll get excited about. Maybe it already has started. This process is underway. Jupiter is being invisible for a few days already, or a week or two as far as I remember. But now is the peak time, the culmination, where you're going to get those dispensation of new purpose and new excitement and new meaning in your life, and new faith and new reason to live, and something that will bring you joy, abundance, and happiness. And maybe you're not going to immediately make it happen because Jupiter is still invisible. It might take a few weeks till you start seeing the visible results. Maybe you can start now, but the visible results of this new exciting faith-based and purpose-based opportunity or idea that comes to you, or advice that you can receive, because Jupiter is Cancer, so watch out for those things. Advice, ideas, inspirations, bright thoughts that come, something that puts you on fire and makes you feel alive again. Look out for that, because this is not random right now. When you're receiving these things right now, this is coming directly from your higher self. Jupiter allows us, is the higher mind that talks to us. And being with the sun is our soul or our spirit. We're downloading information currently. Jupiter is divine wisdom. It's angelic wisdom. So our higher self is downloading information now into our spirit. Because of divine grace, or because we deserve it. Jupiter gives us blessings, And so everyone will receive this inspiration in a different area of their life. For example, for Aries, this can be in regards to their future, because it's in the 9th house. It can be in regards to something to do with traveling, in regards to something that inspires us, in regards to teaching, a new teacher, a new belief system, a new faith and purpose in life. The 9th house is all these things. A new change perspective from the higher mind, seeing things, seeing an answer to something that you felt lost about before, because the 9th house is very elevated. It's like being on a mountain and finally seeing the road and seeing the what's that called, the maze underneath that you've been in. So there can be some powerful answers for you, guidance, inspiration, prophecies in your dreams. It can be, or it can be through a teacher, it can be through video, through a film, through something that inspires you, that points the way towards you guys this week. And it started happening already, and it can be connected also to foreign countries, to travel, to higher education, what to study, your future, like what will inspire, what will give you meaning, or finding what it is your true path in life. This is the ninth house, and just naturally feeling more inspired, more alive, more lively, more aligned with faith, aligned with destiny, and light, aligned with the true and rightful path. And opportunities for, as I said, for educational, for teaching, for expansion of horizons will come. Pay attention to those ideas like that, and inspiration and visions for the future especially can come. And omens, the ninth house and the solvents. For Taurus, it's happening, the Jupiter-Sun conjunction in the eighth house. And it's fantastic because you can get some great ideas or inspirations or renewed meaning in regards and purpose or interest towards the occult, the secrets. Some secret to some more private information can create a miraculous healing in you. Eighth house is the house of miracles, where things suddenly change from one state to another. And it can actually even start through some crisis, but this crisis changes your life in a positive way, and you find deep meaning in it, and you find the fruits of great abundance and wealth, which is what Jupiter is, and rewards that you start noticing over the next 1 year. But now the seeds are being sown, plus some opportunity or some new idea for income that comes to you from a hidden resource, or from another person, or from another resource can come to you. You can get like some important development there with business that's connected to other people's resources, or money from clients, or even something that not only healing or miraculous recovery that eighth house does, but some kind of very private. Eighth house is private, secret. It might be even a secret meeting or a secret development that is kind of even in the depths of your soul, that kickstarts a new revival in your life, almost like a powerful spiritual revival that can happen. All right, when it comes to Gemini, it's in the seventh house. Well, for Gemini, the Sun-Jupiter conjunction can indicate that it's the seeding moments, the new inspirations that are now happening, that are being imprinted, the new program in regards for your relationships, in regards to business partnerships that can blossom over the next 1 year, in regards to some helpful collaboration or some person that opens your horizons, that comes in your life, and that inspires you in some way, that opens doors for you in some way, or in regards to some important contract that's beneficial and useful. Also, you can get new ideas about something to do in collaboration, new ideas in regards to how to improve your relationship and marriage. You can get clarity about a situation regarding a contract, an agreement, a personal relationship, a committed personal relationship of some sort, or situations with clients. Plus, Gemini, guys, I forgot to mention that you are also, Geminis are joining your sun, your planet Mercury is joining with Jupiter this week. It's on Tuesday, so it's the same day, and it's joining also with the Sun. So it's very important a week for Gemini. Some very important events will happen. They will be more blessed. Your planet is joining Jupiter. Jupiter rules the seventh house. You can join with opportunities for relationship, for agreements, for contracts. Jupiter rules your 10th house. You can join with career opportunities or positive developments for expansion and growth. There might be just seeds right now. You might not see immediately the results, but they can come as an idea, as an inspiration. Also, they can be a possibility for you to grow, to expand something good, to feel more lucky, especially the start of the week. And yes, Mercury is moving retrograde. Maybe some old idea will come to be revived in some way, but it's don't worry, you're gonna feel the positive influence of Jupiter. And the Sun is joining Mercury, the planet that rules you guys, in the seventh house, but still it's you that's joined by the Sun. And the sun in your horoscope rules the third house, which is all about communications, important conversations that happen, pieces of information that you're missing. And again, new ideas, because you're Gemini, you're going on a council with the king this week. So new ideas, new inspirations, the king dispenses, God, or whatever you want to call him. The sun is the highest manifestation, the representation of Jesus Christ and our Father in heaven, you know. So just kind of be more mindful, because those inspirations, and they're inner a lot of the times, um, they're coming. But also something very important can happen to you, Gemini, in regards to your career, because the sun naturally rules career, your goals. Some important meetings with males, with important authority figures, or males of some sort, again, that can be helpful and lucky and positive because of the Jupiter influence, so introduce some opportunities. But the sun's burning Mercury, so you might feel a bit frustrated, just, more irritable. Just remember that. Plus, that day, Mercury, your planet, is also square Mars, the start of the week. So this irritability at the start of the week is there, but a lot is happening. Mars also means a lot of activity, a lot of action, so you, Gemini, are busy, busy, busy with a lot of things that can happen. For Cancers, this is happening in the sixth house. The Jupiter conjoined Sun, conjoined Mercury, the triple conjunction. Well, a lot of important activities in your work, a lot of important activities in regards to, and hopefully more lucky ones, because Jupiter is part of this, and even the start of new inspiration in regards to your career, in regards to your work, in regards to your duties and responsibilities, new meaning, new purpose, new direction, in regards to your health as well. People with strong Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant can have answer what Jupiter brings, and clarity. The higher mind connects with the lower mind, Mercury, and the Sun, the spirit. So it might be time for you to receive an information, important, correct information for a health problem about you, and to start healing it in some way, which will give results over the next 1 year. Also, sixth house is connected to some kind of enmity or quarrel or fight you might be having with someone, or some situation that is stressful in regards to a relationship or agreement which is out of balance. Well, some important, often sixth house represents matters connected to court cases and things like that, or some kind of strife. Well, but it means we're having three Sun, Jupiter, and Mercury joining there. Some positive development should be in regards to this area of your life there. And of course, what was I going to say? Sixth house is also, there can be some, for some of you, you might get, for example, inspiration to get a pet or something like that. You might get an answer from above that this will help you, because sixth house rules pets, those that are less than. Some of you might have some important developments with co-workers, with people at work. It might get very hectic at work, though. A lot of information, a lot of emails, Sun conjunct Moon, Mercury, a lot of maybe new projects that are starting of some sort, or important developments there. All right, and if you are Cancer, Leo, well, Leo, your sun, you're the sun. This is happening in your fifth house. All those new inspirations might come in regards to romance, in regards to feeling loved, your love life, in regards to the life of your children. Some new opportunities can start appearing there, new ideas, or some new creative ideas. Most often this is how it manifests. Or some new hobby or new entertainment that gives you sense of purpose and meaning, and allows you to connect with the flow of life and with enjoyment of life, which is the fifth house. But creatively, something very important with some creative projects, or artistic project, or performance projects that can happen, and you can find yourself in the center stage and the spotlight a lot more. And as I said, it's a new imprint for your romantic life, and for your how much you can have fun and enjoy yourself and channel divine creativity and intelligence. You might feel more intelligent than often, brighter, with better ideas. Write them down. Fifth house is a house of true intelligence, ability to channel the divine insights, and those amazing planets of divine insights are aligning there for you, for us. And the fifth house but the sun is there. This is you. The sun is joining with Jupiter. So Cancel, you're joining Jupiter for your rules the fifth house, so it can give opportunities to join with some amusement, entertainment, fun experiences, having fun, some kind of with students, with children to join, or something important connected to children to happen, or with lovers and romantic partners as well in your romantic life, and having fun, and or creative, things. And Jupiter also rules for Leo's Pisces. Where is it? It's the eighth house. So you can even join with support, or someone buys you something or brings you something, or you can win something. The fifth house is also the house of gambling and winning, so you can be more lucky. This is your lucky streak this week, Leos. This week in particular, the sun is delighted by Jupiter. Jupiter is a friend of the sun. It's like the king has his best friend there. And they're having a party, so you can definitely feel like you're expanding, like you're growing, like there are more opportunities in your life now, that you feel more inspired, that you're tapping it, that you're aligned. Like you drive somewhere and you find the right parking spot. You go somewhere and you get given a better room, or it's just this luck streak that is happening for you this week. I would say even why not play the lotto, and even do some speculative investment if you're Leo rising in particular, because the ruler of Jupiter of the fifth and the eighth houses are the people's resources, such that come to us from suddenly out of the blue, or that come to us from stock markets, or a kind of more risky investments. And fifth house is speculative investment, so something like that can pay off now for you. And there can be more expansion of your intimate life. Jupiter, the ruler of the eighth house, expands you. Maybe some secret or some private experience that enhances your intimate life this day. And plus, Mercury is conjunct the sun. And the whole week, basically, there is lots of information. Maybe people calling you, and because Mercury is retrograde, people from the past who may be concluding some business deals, and concluding some, important developments with business, with communications, with writing as well. And I'll even read you from my calendar here. You have a lot more mental alertness, Leo, quick thinking, improved communication skills this week, so use it cleverly. It's gonna be very favorable for business deals, negotiations, media, writing, speaking, and important developments happen in regards to those. Good for all kinds of communication, contracts, agreements, meetings, learning, administrative work, arranging deals. It's good for short distance travel if you want to do that, Leo. Yes, Mercury is square Mars at the start on Monday, but there are too many other positive influences. And also, it's a good opportunity to make a good impression or communicate with superiors, because the sun naturally represents, superiors. And then we have Virgo. Well, Virgo is very important week for you, because this is basically your planet Mercury is making double conjunction. So you're very stimulated. Some very important events are happening in your life, Virgo, this week. Mercury, your planet, is joining with the sun, and the sun in your horoscope rules the 12th house, so maybe some hidden information can come to the surface. And this hidden information can be helpful, illuminating, help you close some chapter, or something that you are not aware, you can become aware with, or you can have an opportunity even to kind of retreat in some way, but it will be very busy, because sun naturally represents career. Sun naturally represents your goals, so there will be some important actions and developments that happen in regards to your career, in regards to your goals, with male figures, with husbands, fathers, or bosses, people in authority, important developments there, and important communications with them. You're connecting with them, you're doing something with them, they contacting you, or even going back to some creative or inspirational project that you're working on to complete, because Mercury is retrograde, your planet. And also Mercury is joining with Jupiter, so you're going to feel very expansive. Of course, Mercury with the Sun, you can feel a little bit more irritable. Plus, at the start of the week, Mercury is square Mars, so the week starts with you more irritated. But don't worry, because Jupiter and more stresses, you might be more willing to fight, or you might have to very action-packed day, go, 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 a few days at the start, But don't worry, because Jupiter is there with Mercury. On Tuesday already, Mercury is joining Jupiter. You're feeling it already a day or two before and a day or two after. So you're very benevolent. You're forgiving. You're lucky, and any kind of stresses that appear or irritations, you quickly find a solution because you look at them from a higher perspective, as if you climb on a mountain from a more noble position, from a more philosophical point of view, and you resolve those issues. Luck is on your side. Kind of, yes, it might start stressfully. Also, the sun is burning Mercury, so it can be a little bit more overwhelming, but and frustrating at moments. But Jupiter is with Mercury; it's protecting you there. It's like you're having a party with Jupiter and the sun, but the sun is the king, and you are the minister of the king. Or Jupiter is the high priest, and you, Mercury, are the prime minister. The grand vizier or something. So you're having a party together, but the party where the king sits you and tells you, now the plan for the next year is this. So you're going to do this, this, this. So you're going to receive downloads of information, and you're going to receive great advice from people that are represented by the sun. It might be a male, it might be a father figure, an authority figure, and from Jupiter figures, people that are benevolent towards you, people that are good advisors, people that are like a minister to you, like a teacher of some sort. So there will be important meetings with such people. Also, there can be some important travels, because Jupiter and Mercury, when they join together, it's auspicious for traveling. I can even read you from my 2018 calendar what I've written. Jupiter conjunct Mercury is very feel-good transit. You're going to feel good, optimistic, expansive thinking. And don't forget that Jupiter is bringing inspirations and answers about the future, and is bringing clarity about your direction as well. It's favorable for business and commercial activities this week, especially the start. Good for making long-term plans. International travel, foreign affairs are highlighted and should go positive. It's very beneficial for communications, anything to do with media, and you'll be able to see the bigger picture, as I said. New ideas, different perspectives come to you as well. Stay open to them. And favorable for teaching and learning new things. So anything like that, or just you might just feel good. And higher ideals, stronger sense of justice is also there. So yes, plus Jupiter rules your 7th house. You can get connected with someone important. You can complete some deal, or someone you can meet someone important as well, because Jupiter rules the 7th house. Someone important can help you. You can do some collaborations, Virgo. And of course, Jupiter also rules your 4th house, and this is where all the conjunctions are happening, in your 4th house. So very happening week. Important developments in your personal life with family, home, property, cars, rentals, gardens, family members, important conversations with such or decisions or inspirations. As I said, Jupiter is joining the sun there, so some new inspirations and are being imprinted in you, and ideas and meaningful life, which, for example, some of you might decide like, okay, we're going to relocate to live here, or okay, we want another member of a family, or okay, I'm so excited to change my parenthood style. I'm starting to study this course. I finally get a clarity like that. I'm not going to shout to my children now, but I'm going to learn how to, it's something to do with parenthood, with your family, with raising children, parental responsibilities, or your parents, or property or home, that you get an insight about, that you get inspired about, and reset, new inspiration. All right, if you are Libra, this is happening, the important conjunction in your 3rd house, Libras. So there is a renewal, and there'll be like some new ideas that are coming to you in regards to matters connected to new skills. You might feel like invigorated and excited to learn some new skill, whether it's playing the piano, whether it's using a computer, whether it's making a website, whether it's training of some sort. Look out for such ideas. The sun is joined with Jupiter there. You're going to be given the right skill set that you need to, that will give you answers and that will put you on dharmic path, because Jupiter is about dharma, the right path in life that leads you to your final goal. Also, it can be some very important developments that happen for you this week, Libras, in regards to marketing, media, sales, advertising. Actually, if you're in sales, you can have very good sales, very good ideas, new sales ideas, new sales opportunities, new ideas to collaborate with associates of some sort or to do some small group connection. Also, you can meet new people of some sort this week. And they might be also old people, because Mercury is going retrograde, conjoining with the sun there for you, Libras. But the people that you meet somehow can be very beneficial for a long time ahead. Also, it's a good time for business deals, for negotiations, for kind of making some transactions of some sort, for small group activities and meetings. Very busy, very active. Even if there's some stresses, something is being sown here, something is giving results. Also, it can be time activation for travel for some of you Libras. And that's like shorter travel to and fro from one town to another, meeting new people. A lot of activities. Third house is really strongly activated. Go, go, go. All right. And maybe some important developments can happen with you and siblings, or with you and neighbors, or teammates and workmates, or friends of some sort. Then, if you are Scorpio, this is happening in your second house, the Jupiter-Sun conjunction. I say that there will be a new imprint starting to happen, and new ideas and inspiration, which are connected to your asset. You might feel like, all right, I'm going to throw out all my clothes and I want to totally change my wardrobe, because the second house is what we possess, and our clothes and our furniture and anything we consider valuable and beautiful. And you might have like a new, and also our value system and aesthetic system. So you might have a new download of beauty, of what you consider beautiful, of what you consider attractive, and new way of appreciating it and valuing it, new inspiration regarding that. Also, it can indicate that you get new ideas for money. Second house is actually money. And that you get like a new source of income. Maybe not immediately, not gonna see it manifested immediately. Jupiter is invisible, but there is a cancel happening between the king and his grand vizier and minister in your second house of money. And the king is saying, now, let's expand our financial kingdom. Let's expand our available resources. What shall we do? So you can get some inspiration, some ideas, some excitability. You might be, I'll wake up and, and this year, because you, as I said, you're not going to see immediately the results, but this week, the opportunities start coming, or the first inklings. Also, there can be some important financial transactions for you, material, or buying something important that you want, or something valuable as well, or some great clarity about your self-worth and self-love and appreciating yourself and how much your value and worth is. That comes now. All right. If you are also, some great clarity in regards to food. What are you going to eat? Some great clarity in regards to your diet. Second house, what we put in our mouth. And Jupiter joining the sun and Mercury, you might read something or get inspired or talk with someone that you say, okay, I'm going on this totally new diet. I'm eliminating all dairy or all bread or whatever it is. But you're going to get excited. This is going to give you a new breath of life, new inspiration. This is what Jupiter is. Okay. Or just something about money, new source of income that you can get excited about. If you're Sagittarius, of course, this is happening in your sign, Sagittarius, and your planet is one of the main players. So your planet Jupiter is with the sun. It's on a cancel with the sun and with Mercury. Actually, Jupiter entered your sign, Sagittarius, already like 2 weeks ago, something like that, on the 8th, so longer even. And you're just gonna start feeling those manifestation of those opportunities once Jupiter becomes visible. And Jupiter is still invisible, but now it's joining with the Sun, so you're receiving counsel in regards for the next 12 years of your life. And this counsel is happening on the invisible realms, basically when your soul is traveling, which is the Sun, your consciousness in the higher realms at night. It goes and consults with its prime minister Jupiter. So basically you're Jupiter as well, and consults with God the Sun, and you're getting downloads. So write those down if you remember something. Also, some inspiration, some ideas, some advice. This week is so important for you because Jupiter will join again with the Sun. You will join again with the Sun in your sign in 12 years. So now is what is being coded. Now what you see as strengths, now what comes to you as ideas or even as possibilities, that will be giving results for 12 years ahead for you. This week is very pivotal. Something really important can happen for you, Sagittarius, in regards to your career, because the Sun rules goals. Sun rules creating our kingdom. So you are on a council with the king how to create a new kingdom in your life. So that this dispensation of faith, a new direction and inspiration is strongest for you this week. And so look out at signs, at omens. The sign of Sagittarius is where God communicates through us, through teachers, through children, communicates through the Bible, through scriptures, through inspiration, through dreams, through anything that God can, through everything basically. Everything can be a teacher for us. So pay attention to those things because they're so important. New opportunities are coming, as I said. It's the new moon for you. On a global level, people with strong Sagittarius, especially Sagittarius rising, Sun or Moon, they're having a reset now for the goals of their Sun, basically for their kingdom that they're going to create, for the vision, for their goals, or if it's their ascendant, for the whole direction of their life and physical health overall, for new beginnings, for their Moon, for their personal life, new beginnings. So yeah, wow. Powerful stuff. Maybe you'll start seeing the results when Jupiter becomes actually visible though then. And some important things will happen at the start of the week in regards to career, your goals with important males. Some important males or authority figures might be a little bit overwhelming because the Sun is combusting Jupiter, your planet. They might be a little bit preachy of some sort, and you might feel yourself a bit preachy. You're the one who has this in your sign. You're expanding, and there is a lot of focus on you this week. You're expected to do some important things. But also Jupiter is with Mercury. There is increased flow of information. A lot of people contacting you, maybe people from the past because Mercury is retrograde. It can be very important and good for completing some business deals, some negotiations, for important media, marketing, sales, and advertising things, for travel. It can be important time for travel for you right now, or also getting into some missing details that you've missed. They come to you to complete them, to fix them, to improve them. Because Mercury, the retrograde planet, joins you. Plus, Mercury rules your 7th house. Someone from the past or relationship can get in touch with you, an old client or an old contractor, or some contract can need to be reevaluated and re-examined for you this week. All right. So yes, lots of things happening, guys, for you. And if you're a Capricorn now, Capricorn, this is happening in your 12th house. So you might feel like you're left out a little bit of all the action because the 12th house is this invisible house. It might be playing out in the dream world for you that you're busy, or more privately. You might be this fantastic time for Capricorn rising people, Sun or Moon, for holiday, to go on a holiday retreat, to do something there, and some important things will happen there when they're in holiday, for example. Or they can get some new inspirations and new, about spiritual research, about finding spiritual meaning. This is the 12th house. Or they can get some new the upload of a new program in regards to uh, something connected to research, deep research. So some deep intuitive insight. So the actually you're getting very deep psychic intuitions, and almost like ability to channel from your ancestors and people in invisible realms currently with this 12th house, which is a gate there that's being triggered. So prophet like dreams, powerful intuitions and omens. This is the 12th house. You're going to receive those, guys, and you can get some new idea and inspiration in regards to far distant travels, which is the 12th house, in regards to relocating to a different country, different place. Some important developments can happen in regards to that. Or you can find, if you've been doing some research, you can get now answers, clear answers, like in your dream almost, or in your imagination. Your imagination is going to be very active. So some kind of visualization can be extremely beneficial for you. Otherwise, can be a great time if you're preparing something behind the scenes, researching, if you're working on something spiritual, or if you're doing something like a retreat, or if you're doing something in regards to hotels and prisons and hospitals. Very important week, even for business and manifestations of some sorts. All right. If you're Aquarius, this is happening in your 11th house, Aquas. And so that can be that you're getting some new ideas and downloads, because the kings are counseling, in regards to gains and earnings. And you can be on a roll this week with gains and earnings. You can be on a roll that you're feeling like, you're starting to see that you're starting to find answers how to get the best results. And also you can make some very important there can be some very important developments with social contacts. You can meet some important person now that opens the door, the gate to some important community or access to big groups or organizations that will generate more social and or economic opportunities for you. You can start on some project to get inspiration on some project that will bring you more popularity, that will bring you access to larger groups of audiences, to larger audience and big groups of people, that can make you more viral, or that can make your message reach, far ahead. Plus, it's just very 11th house is very gainful, very oriented on achievements, on social recognition. So something will happen that either as an idea or as an inkling that you can be able to work on for many years ahead, not only the next 12 months, to see results from. So watch out for those. So maybe new friendship will be formed, new interesting communications will come, and exchanges that are business or socially important for you, that will open gates for you. If you're a Pisces, of course, this is happening in your 10th house, Pisces, and you're very active this week, because the 10th house is the most visible house. So some important developments for sure happening in regards to your career, in regards to public visibility. Some new ideas can come to you, or opportunities or insights that open doors for you to more public recognition, for reaching higher reputation, for improving your social status of some sort. And you might have a new clarity in regards to your career. If you don't know where you want to go, you can receive some clarity now, or some counsel, wise advice or information from the king, the sun. Also, the sun rules your goals and career, and Jupiter, it's joining with the sun in the 10th house. Public visibility is something, and I've been observing it. I have someone that we work with, Ksenia, you probably are watching her videos, and she's Pisces ascendant, and since all those planets in Jupiter have become active, and even now closer to this conjunction, her views have doubled from 3,000 to 20,000. So public visibility or reason, you can create some new projects in regards to your career, in regards to receive more respect or more leadership positions. Some new inspiring direction in career can come to you of some sort. So pay attention to those. Plus, Jupiter, you're ruled by Jupiter, is joining with Mercury. Mercury is retrograde and rules your seventh house. Someone from the past can contact you, an old friend or an old boyfriend or girlfriend, someone from or an old something to do with to a contract from the past, or an agreement that you've had that exists, might need to be re-examined, re-evaluated, and you might need to speak out, or someone will speak out or raise a topic, important topic, that something is not fully okay with it, so you can fix it or you can improve it. But there is definitely increased flow of information. This can be an important week when some of you are traveling a lot as well, because of this Mercury influence on your Jupiter. So yeah, that's what it is. But for everyone, guys, not only that, I forgot to say for everyone that yes, Mercury is with the Sun as well this week. A lot of communication, a lot of especially communications from the past that it's coming, some important completion of important business deals, because the Sun is goals, Mercury is business transactions, communications, contracts, of any sorts, marketing, advertising, writing. You can be editing some report, you can be meeting. For a lot of you, there can be important meetings with people from the past, or someone that you've been in touch already, and now you get to meet with important people as well, because and that's for all the 12 signs. Important people, the Sun, that are elevated, Jupiter, that bring important information to you, Mercury, that bring business opportunities for you, Mercury, that bring new inspiration for you, Jupiter, or enliven you and bring you purpose somehow, or wise counsel. So very interesting, active week. And at the end of the week, we're going to have Venus opposition Uranus the last time. You're going to feel it around Saturday and Sunday. So it's a bit less stable in relationships. It's more up and down, but it's the final one. Venus made this opposition with Uranus 3 times already. So Libra ruled people, in particular the last degrees, and Capricorn and Aries and Cancer can feel this stressful. So if you're in the last 5 degrees of Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, or Aries, you can have some kind of a sudden breakups or sudden and this is though something that is not fully a surprise for you. It's been happening for some time, and now there is a final cut with it, or the final escalation of that situation, and there is some kind of also generally globally for everyone. This is a time when we have a little bit more eccentric tastes, when sudden exciting romances can happen, but because it's Uranus, they're unexpected, or they're out of the blue, or they're unpredictable, or relationship can take a turn for the unpredictable, or we can be willing to take more risks and in relationships and do something more extreme. But be careful not to fight or to react to Uranian's way, like an explosion when it comes to relationship. But it's a short-lived influence, and on another level, it can mean that our tastes, and you can see even more people dressed up quirky out on the streets, but exciting socially. This is great time to go on the weekend somewhere in a social event, and you meet people, and you meet shortly people for chit chat here and there, and you circulate around. This is great for that. Or for some, going to listen to some unusual music, to some quirk, to a bar that plays a music that you've never listened to, something new, original. But otherwise, you can feel more provocation from another person that's quite different, that's very exciting, but that maybe you feel like, ooh, that's a bit too much over my head. But you might probably feel tempted to do it. And we're going to have Mercury and Venus on Sunday basically kind of go together into Scorpio. So we're going to get toned down from those male signs, Sagittarius and Libra. The excitability is going to calm down. So after the end of this week, we're going to get back more introspective with Scorpio, and we're going to get more insightful and deeper, and more, Scorpio is this sign that is more intense and less trusting, and more very analytical on a deep level. So you're going to start seeing those trends after that. All right. So for now, enjoy this week, the Jupiter conjunct Sun, Jupiter conjunct Mercury, Mercury conjunct Jupiter at the start of the week. The first part of the week is so busy, guys. And don't forget, check out my calendar for 2019. It's $30 only, 205 pages, or my written 2019 horoscope, 50 pages per sign, 50 slides, just $6.99. Or my recorded videos, $6.99 per video, 1 hour and a half. Thank you so much.